Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to talk about the 7-star robbery activation because there's a specific date coming up on which all of us can do this 7-star robbery activation regardless of the alignment of our property. Usually this particular concept in classical Feng Shui is a heavily guarded secret, and it's only really applicable for certain properties that face a particular direction and are built in a particular year and therefore belong to a particular period. So the theory behind this is quite complex, but this year in 2022 we actually have a flying stars alignment that works out really well for very short-term 7-star robbery activations that we can all do regardless of how our property is aligned and which period it is built in. Now, it is not as powerful as the original 7-star robbery method. However, even on a smaller scale, it's still it still works really well and is particularly good for anything that has to do with wealth creation. So let me show you what you actually need to do. This is a little bit more complex than just one straight forward activation with one water feature. So listen carefully and really follow the steps that I'm giving you here. Now, first of all, instead of just activating one sector of our home, we need to activate 3 sectors: the south, the east, and the northwest. All 3 must be activated at the same time. If you only activate one of them or 2 of them, it will not work. So therefore, if the south or the east or the northwest is missing from your floor plan, you will not be able to actually do this 7-star robbery activation. So this is key. All 3 locations must be activated simultaneously. So what you do is, as usual, you just stand in the center of your flat. I would say do this in your flat, not necessarily up at the office, even though it can work there too. But do it at your flat. Stand in the center of your flat and just check on your compass. Where is the south? Where is the east? And where is the northwest? And just make sure that you know where these areas are in your home, because these are the areas that you need to activate. Now, there's a particular date and time, and obviously there's a very specific activation method as well that you need to keep in mind. So the activation date is the 25th of July, and you can activate it any time between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Any time in that time frame. So you do have 4 hours to do this, but you shouldn't activate one sector at 11 and then the other one at 12 and the other one at 2:30. Yeah, so if you do this activation, make sure that you activate all 3 within the same 5 minutes, for example. Yeah, so on the 25th of July, anytime between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You do not need to convert this into any other time zone. I know I'm in Hong Kong, but it doesn't matter that my 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. may be a different time, maybe on a different date or different time zone than yours. Use your local time. 25th of July, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't convert the time zones, yeah? So this is number 1. Now, the duration of the activation needs to be a minimum of 2 hours, maximum until midnight of that day. So if you activate, let's say at 11:30, the earliest you should remove the activation is at 1:30 on that day, maximum until the end of the 25th of July. So do not remove the activation at midnight on the 26th. Yeah. So really do it until you go to bed maybe, or just remove it before midnight at the latest. Now, the most complex part here is what you actually need to do. Now, water is not really suitable for this activation. Yeah, I repeat, water is not really suitable for this activation. We only use it if there is nothing else you can do. And by that, I don't mean you are too lazy to find another way, and therefore you use water. Water will not really work. We only use this in the worst case scenario. Now, what you actually have to do is, first thing, Obviously, you know where's the south, the east, and the northwest of your property. Then you check, do you have a window in the south? This is the most important thing. Do you have a window in the south, or maybe a balcony door? Anything that opens up to the outside. If you do, that is perfect. Then all you need to do during this particular time frame is open the window in the south. Yeah, that's the activation that needs to happen in the south sector. If you do not have a window in the south, then put a fan there, yeah, a standing fan, and place it in such a way that it blows into your flat, yeah, not out to the outward, to the wall. Make sure that the qi flow, that the energy flow is actually blowing into your flat, into the center of your flat. Yeah, so if you have a window, open the window, even if it's really hot outside, or maybe it's raining, or maybe it's cold, doesn't matter. Just open it a crack. Yeah, you don't need to open it full on. Open the window, because the south sector is the most important area in this particular activation. And ideally, we should be receiving qi energy from the outside, from the south, in this activation method. So if you have a window, great, open the window, and that's all the activation you need to do in the south. If you don't have a window in the south, then place a fan in the south sector. Make sure that it blows the air into the center or towards the center of your flat. All right, that's what you need to do in the south. In the east, again, check, do you have a window? If you have a window, open that window. Even if you already have a window opened in the south, great, open another one in the east if you have one there. If you do not have a window in the east, then again, place a fan there, a standing fan or whatever. If you have a balcony door, open up the balcony door. This is very much about allowing outside energy to flow into your apartment and being dispersed internally. It has nothing to do with water, yeah? So open up windows wherever you can. If there is no window, use a fan. Same principle for the northwest. Do you have a window there? Do you have a balcony door there? If yes, open it. It doesn't matter how big the window is. It doesn't matter what is outside the window. We don't care. Do you have a window? Yes or no? If you do, open it. If you don't have it, put a fan there and let the air blow into your flat. Don't turn the fan towards a wall. Yeah. Now, if you don't have windows in the south and the east and the northwest, so if all three sectors have 0 windows, this unfortunately will also not work for you. Yeah. So number one, all of these 3 sectors must be present, and at least one of them must have a window, ideally the south. This is the most powerful one. Now, if for whatever reason you can't use a fan in one sector and there's also no window, then you can put a water feature, but it must be moving water. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be very aggressive or very bubbling, but it has to be a minimum of 20 to 25 liters, not just one of those stupid table fountains. They don't work anyway. Table fountains are not a Feng Shui feature. So at least 20, 25 liters, and insert a water pump so the water keeps moving. But you only use water if there's no window and for whatever reason you can't use a fan. But if possible, open windows in all 3 areas and or use fans. Yeah, water is really just used if you cannot use anything else. If there's nothing else possible, then you can use water for this activation, but it's not going to be that powerful. Windows are the best. So in my particular case, I have a window in the south, which I will open on that day. I also have a window in the east, which I will open on that day. Now in the northwest, that's my kitchen. I don't have a window there, I do have a window in the kitchen, but not in the northwest area where it's needed. So I take a fan and place it in the northwest sector, making sure that it blows into my flat. Yeah, very simple. So windows or fans. Worst case, use water, but not more than one water source. So don't put water in the south, the east, and the northwest. Yeah, this is not a 7-star robbery activation at all. Yeah, it's really about letting the outside qi into the flat. Now, once you've done this, you leave this setup for about 2 hours, minimum 2 hours. Yeah, anything longer than that is fine, until you remove it by the end of the day. And then afterwards, 24 to 48 hours after this activation, you start doing something wealth related, anything that increases your wealth. Now, I had a question the other day about, can I just move some money from my personal account into my business account? No, that's not really accumulating wealth. That's just shifting wealth. Yeah, that's just taking money from one of your accounts and putting it into the other. It's not really making more money for you, because you're working with the same amount that you had in the beginning, and it's going to be the same in the end. So you need to do something additionally. Maybe you earn a little bit of money on the 26th of July, and instead of spending that on a new handbag, you put it in your savings account. Or you meet with your financial advisor and discuss what you can do in addition to what you're already doing. Just do a finance-related activity, something that helps you advance in life. Maybe clear some debt, yeah, on the 26th or the 27th, even if it's just a little bit. Clear some debt, pay some bills, yeah, make sure that some financial obligations are off the table, yeah, something like that. Don't just shift money between two accounts that are anyway yours. That's cheating. Yeah, it's not really a financially meaningful transaction. All right, so I hope this helps you guys. I hope you understand what you need to do. If you do have any questions or any comments, please get in touch with me. My contact details are in the notes to this video, and please like, share, hit that notification button, and whatever needs to be done to get the word out. Help me out here. Make sure that this spreads and that you let all your friends know about this particular activation. See you soon.